Hello and welcome back to the Learn Dota 2 League, Season 12, Week 7. It's the catch-up games. Main season's over by this point, unfortunately. Last game, the GGs came in with a really smooth comp, played it really well, and Tupac got rolled right to hell. See what happens this time around. Tupac immediately going for that clock ban again.
Seconds remaining.
Yep, don't want Tunnelson on his comfort hero.
Yeah, no surprise there. You know, I said it before, I'll say it again. Tunnelson, you know, very, very narrow range of heroes, but what he does very well. I think that's definitely his weakness, to a very large degree. But, if he can transfer, because that was a very, very good-looking Enigma game. If he can start putting in some reps on, like, that Enigma, if he can start putting some reps on some of the other fours, so some of the more unusual fours as well, could definitely see good results. Tupac figured out the joke that last game and immediately get that right out of town. They do not want to see the funny axe spam again.
I think in lane he just did pretty good too, right? I guess.
In lane he got canned. It just doesn't matter because he's Elk and he's not even getting all the farm.
Mm-hmm.
GG's believe that they are facing Baby Schlark and as a result ban the Lifestealer. I mean, hey, they could also be facing Willow Twisted Fantasy. Do the same
That's
thing.
true, that's true.
Dire team pick.
First pick, Centaur. It's going to be a Crafty Potato Centaur, which is good because that's better than a Crafty Potato Mars. I guess after 6 straight weeks of that, they got a little tired of that. Witch Doctor up.
Week 1.
Did he miss every spear or something?
What?
No, it's just we've seen it a lot.
Yeah, Crafty Potato on Tupac and Ramonolo on Willow Twisted Fantasy, the Duluth team. Got picked Mars legitimately almost every game. Like, every single time it was up, they got picked it. And it never really felt like either of them were, like, that big of Mars players. They just kind of went along with it.
Ramulu, or what's his name again?
Ramonolo, you played with him. The one you
Yeah. I'm not sure Ramulu. I don't remember how to pronounce it, but he was playing 1, right?
He was 3.
Oh, he was always 3?
Yeah, he was Mars basically every game. They just always stuck Mars on him. It's a shame because I felt like every time I actually said the exact same thing about your boy, I Respect the Pouch. And you know, I reached out to Respect the Pouch one week to see if he'd come on as a caster, and he actually completely ghosted me. So shout outs to Respect the Pouch. I'll be breaking your kneecap soon. But yeah, your boy Respect the Pouch, I said the exact same thing. Like, Respect the Pouch wanted to play Lifestealer literally every single game, but when it was banned off and he was forced to play something else, he actually played, like, considerably better. I felt the exact same thing about Ramonolo. Like, he played Mars literally every game, and, like, the second he was forced out of it, it was just notably better. I guess he played the LC too, but that usually didn't work out too well either. That was less from his own execution, more because I felt like they usually didn't pick the LC at a great spot, unfortunately.
5 seconds.
Got some of the best ofs here. Looking at that Kunkka immediately. GG's just kind of taking out, I think, just heroes they really don't want to super see here. Just getting rid of the magic immunity ones.
Yep.
Always solid bans.
Witch Doctor and the Air Spirit up here. Witch Doctor is one of the heroes that I'm not big on as a first pick. Though at the very least, Tupac only got 1 pick to immediately respond. Feel like the earliest you can pick Witch Doctor and be pretty much okay with it is if you get 4th pick overall and pick him there and then ban out. Or if they got 2 supports already and you can pick him there and you don't have to ban anything out. Because, you know, if you drop like a 3 to counter Witch Doctor, you just, you know, that's not a very good trade.
Right.
It's just a little too easy to write off with other supports, I've always felt.
Yeah, but he is kind of good against the Centaur, right? You mana deck them, he takes a bunch of damage.
Yep.
Because that's like with any hero, right?
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, Centaur Warrunner is specifically heavily countered by it because most of Centaur Warrunner's tanking ability comes from his HP pool, and Maledict is a really good way to just shred through people who are built like that. Earth Spirit as well. Interesting to see the Earth Spirit here. It's probably going to be a Tunnelson Earth Spirit. Presumably, anyway. I mean, they could be.
Maybe. Could be
they
London or Spirit.
Yeah, it could be
10
London Earth
seconds
Spirit, or
remaining.
they could be being funny and having Devirez play Earth Spirit on 4 and having
seconds
somebody else be
remaining.
1. Devirez, of course, also playing 4. Notable hero on that Earth Spirit.
Yep.
And I suppose if you're going to do something like that, just break out something really wacky, then it would be in a game like this, where Tupac is
Oh,
already
yeah.
KO'd, and you're probably not going to get a better seed than you already have, so you might as well experiment. No Clinks, by the way. Clinks getting knocked out here. Just looking at some of the best of Decode. Very rough season for Decode. I felt like generally through this season he had a lot of attention paid to him as far as like the ban rosters went, and as a result just things never really quite seemed to go his way. We'll be seeing no
Probably,
Probably smart from the enemy team. Ban out the highest player or the best player.
Right. And the player they always build around, Tupac, very one-centric team. You know, it's basically all about just
10
4 protect 1 for
remaining.
Decode. Traditionally, anyway.
5
Things might be
seconds
different with
remaining.
Tallballz sitting out tonight, but... Wonder if they're going to run Max mid again or have J-Fits rotate. It's going to be interesting to see.
See.
They did pick the Willow again.
Do their other players play mid?
I don't think so. There's not many mid players in this whole tournament in this season, basically. It's like you, Kid Dynamite, Manoy, Trash Boat, London, and I think that's it as far as like primarily playing
Princess?
Pause 2. Princess is mostly 3. Princess actually, I think has done 2 before, but generally 3.
In this league, he plays 30 generally.
Yeah.
So
Oh, wow.
his last season,
Yeah.
apparently, yeah.
He's playing 3 in Fluffy Hat. He played 3 in the Magician tournament,
Okay.
and I've talked to him offside,
10
and
seconds
he's self-professed to primarily be 3. So
5 seconds.
Okay. I
unless
didn't
he
know
was
that about
working
him.
me, I think he's 3. Princess is mostly 3. Jackie Chan is mostly 1. Tallballz, I think, actually usually support player. I think Moon River is actually also. So Moon River and London, 2 more mids. I think I already mentioned London, but Moon River is at least 1 more. I think that's it. I don't think anybody else actually is like mainly Pause 2.
Okay, Wyvern against Mars. That's very good.
Winter of Earn just makes things suck for Mars, but don't sleep on the fact that she also makes things really suck for the other 2 as well. And Viper as well.
okay. More anti-Mars.
Yep. Viper's both anti-Mars and works really well with the Winter of Earn, and counters the Winter of Earn as well. One funny thing about Viper, actually, Viper can make a Winter of Earn Winter's Curse really good if you have some very passive-oriented heroes in the mix.
5
Like if you
seconds
have
remaining.
if you have somebody like a Dragon Knight sitting in a Winter's Curse and you drop Viper spit on him, you drop the Break Goo on him, then he just, you know, just dies like an idiot.
Yep.
It's a very interesting interaction. Also counters out the Wyvern very well, so that just denied GG's that opportunity. Probably the most direct Winter of Earn counter in the game, in fact.
Yeah.
Just super sucks because A, he just has something to do about you for everything you do. B, he kills you in like seconds flat. C, he makes putting anybody in a popsicle a deadly endeavor. And D, Winter's cursing him basically doesn't do anything because he has to have his orb on.
Radiant team back.
Yep.
Puck.
Ooh,
London's
Puck. Okay. London Puck.
Yep.
Really good against Centaur.
Perhaps he'll show us a better performance on Puck than you did playing Puck against him.
That shouldn't be hard at all.
10
Damn.
seconds remaining.
Really roasting yourself out here.
Yeah, that game was so bad.
When
When US Danny hears this, he's gonna be pissed, dude. Mars just slapped Puck in the face with the shield. One of the best position heroes for that.
Dire team back.
No
Phoenix, man.
Phoenix. That's very
interesting.
interesting. They're looking.
Doesn't like Phoenix.
Yeah. I don't really think there's a reality where GGs
10
can pick
seconds
Phoenix. I don't think
remaining.
any possible way these heroes can line up
Radiant's
could
team
have
Sven,
that.
Sven doesn't
They
like
need a
Phoenix.
1, right?
Yeah, probably. I
I
mean,
think
if they've
Sven-
lost their minds, they could be doing Puck 1.
Not the worst.
Yeah, it could, like if they're going for super early game team. But I think his
10
Phoenix man
seconds
speaks
remaining.
to like a
Bonk!
5
a fat
seconds
high
remaining.
damage one who doesn't like the spirits and who can't really attack fast enough to deal with stun. So it's a pretty small roster.
Right.
At the top of it is Sven for decode. Maybe
They're
Ursa
actually,
too.
they're
I think
actually
Ursa's
running the
better
clock
against
here.
Phoenix than people give him credit for, but
Dire team ban.
No Neeks assassin either. What, are they looking at Medusa or something? I mean,
For next-
Medusa hates spirits pretty bad.
it's true. But
10 seconds.
I don't know how
Yeah.
well the GGs have actually
5
banned out
seconds
some of the better anti-Medusa heroes as well.
Maybe they're expecting a pause 1 or spirit.
Yeah, I guess it could be. I guess it could be a pause 1 or a spirit, you know, theoretically. If
Sure.
if it is pause 1 or a spirit, I'm gonna ask London what exactly he was putting in his Wong that day, because it has to be a little stronger than Wade.
Hopefully it's not though.
Hopefully.
Radiant team pick.
No gyrocopter. Gyrocopter? Would gyrocopter need either of those guys banned? I don't really think so. I think his attack speed is way too high to care about the spirit soul that much. He can just eat Phoenix. Plus he has the missile, which is super annoying to Phoenix as well.
10 seconds remaining. 5 seconds.
What are the
remaining.
what is 2 Puck looking for here? This is very strange. Perhaps he'll blow us away. Or perhaps they're just as lost as we are, trying to find something to counter that GG's lineup. I mean, they are probably not in the best morale state. It is Finn after all. Randy was right.
yeah, if I was the one, I would pick Sven in this game.
The only tragedy is that you don't know what the hell the GGs are going to be running yet.
Yep.
10 seconds remaining.
So definitely has some interest here. If you get a big winner with Vernal,
5 seconds
Sven can
remaining.
pop in stun literally right after, and then just start going to town. That could be very big. Especially if it
Yeah.
happens on a big puddle of Viper Spit. Double especially if it happens in a big field of Willow stuff. One thing that is going to definitely have to happen though is they're going to have to be very careful about how they execute things. You know, one badly timed fear bomb can ruin a whole team fight for 2 Puck. One, which is usually a Winter Wyvern thing, right? Usually when you have a lineup like this, it's like, Winter Wyvern can ruin the team fight. And she can! She definitely can.
Yep.
Um,
Darkseer, alright.
but Willow can kind of ruin things. Winter Wyvern can kind of ruin things.
It's the one Earth Spirit was.
They
Maybe.
really-
I mean, Davi could be going for.
Yeah.
I don't think so. I think it's one.
This is really interesting. We also have the Darkseer here.
That's that lineup is a vote of no confidence in Sven. Like they don't think he's gonna be a factor at all.
Yeah.
I like the Radiant lineup better, but
The, it's gonna be a 4 Mars. I've talked before about, I think, people kind of sleep on lower position Mars to an unnecessary degree.
Apparently not Tunnelson.
Yeah, not Tunnelson. I said before, there's definitely like something to be said about putting up an arena for somebody else to take care of for you, basically. See if we have a bit of that today.
Shall see.
I can definitely tell you this is a very unorthodox lineup for the GGs. Which is to say, What's the best way to say I don't think they're taking this match seriously at all? It's very unfortunate for Tupac. I think
think
they're
you
being
just said
kind
it.
of openly disrespected. And it is indeed DeVirus. I was talking off camera. I believed DeVirus might be back by this point. Here
Of
he
course,
is!
you're flaming something, so it'll go like 30-0.
Well, yeah. I mean, you said it yourself, it's a vote of no confidence in Sven. Like, for this to work, Sven has to just collapse, basically. They're very convinced that can happen.
Yeah, like I said, the GG's lineup is just a vote of no confidence in the guy. Like
Vote
they
of-
really think it's gonna be useless.
Vote of no confidence in really the whole team of Tupac, I think.
Are you okay? Crit, 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 yeah!
Well, we'll see, because I think on paper they have a better lineup, but I think just from watching the other game, they have the better players on Dire.
Damn.
Yep.
30 seconds.
Not very nice,
to
bro.
battle.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna have to be writing Tallballz an apology letter after this game. I'm gonna be
Oh, he's letting
overseeing
me
it,
do
you're
it.
gonna have to do it in triplicate. Make sure it's in cursive. You still remember how to write in cursive, right?
Just
I
what
do.
I was waiting for.
Well, I'll do whatever not to get cancelled.
Good. Yeah. Wonder who rocks.
The battle begins.
Two for two on runes. Nothing too exciting happening here. And we are indeed getting an Earth Spirit 1. You know, at the very least, if nothing else, it is on a player who is fairly well known for running he's rushing Radiance. Fairly
Yeah, he
well
is.
known for the Earth Spirit plays, so you know, at the very least that could be a bit of fun, a spot of fun.
Rushing Radiance to make trouble for Sven, perhaps.
Make trouble for Sven. Add to the DOT part of the lineup. I can tell you this much: Crafty Potato wants to put a major hole in the boat for the GGs. Like a pipe this game for him would be insanely good. Like legitimately, if Crafty Potato builds pipe this game, goodbye to like over half of the GG's damage output, basically.
Right.
Goodbye to goodbye to the Earth Spirit and especially to his Radiance. Say goodbye to the Mars for the most part, especially on 4. Say goodbye to Darkseer outside of just his old ghost, which you're not going to care that much about. You're going to care about this though. Centaur Warrunner very low here, but ultimately you just can't really chase through the Willow Maze, so.
Yep.
It's gonna be very hard if the core zone, Dire, and Radiant get a BKBs.
Yep. BKB is definitely good as well. You know, you have the pipe up though, they're not even necessarily going to need him, that's the worst part.
Yeah, but in fights you want your BKB, right?
Ideally.
Yeah, for sure.
So I hope Puck kind of sees that. They're lacking physical damage. They're mostly magical and goes right click. I think
That would be
most people
funny.
would go right click anyway. Right?
Mars having to
Right,
take the
and-
Walk of Shame home.
And get eggs too on Puck.
Yeah, very good item.
Right. Yep, they're definitely going to need Ags Fun Puck this game. He's definitely going to have to build some sort of right-clicky way on Earth Spirit. He's basically, if they do get the pipe, he's going to be a non-factor until he gets something for it. This is a good go here. Willow kind of low in the
good stun.
maze, just kind of panicking, I think. It is a level 1 Maledict though, so it's not going to do that much to him. A 1 Maledict,
trait, though.
yep. A 1 Maledict really not very impressive in terms of its damage output.
Are you okay?
Mars is, if he wants to play like this, he's going to need to level into Bulwark. That's for sure.
Right.
Mars wants to just get into Sven's face and have right-click trades. You'd need that Bulwark.
But then you don't need it if you could just spear, right? You don't really need
You
it.
could, but if you aren't going to spear, then you need to do that.
It's like
And I can certainly see why you would want to not spear here. Why you would want to Because that's a good sort of combo with the Darkseer here. I think it works better with Darkseer if you are
think you're
being
right.
more of a frontline guy rather than just trying to be Mr. Spear Chuck. And speaking of Spear Chuck, there you go. But two-man stun from Sven. But two-man, oh,
Oh,
Popsicle. They don't have anything to do about
Oh,
it. But
he's
Decode's
stuck.
super low.
Oh my god.
Oh
Alright.
man, that is super for
What
one
tight
of a
survival
mango
in
there.
this game.
If Tennyson had like a mango there, that would have been a double kill probably. And now instead, it is Darkseer who, nope, Darkseer actually gonna get out of there. He actually just, his surge came right up the right time.
I just realized
one-
it's a 4 Darkseer.
Is it a 4 Darkseer? No, it's
Or
4
4
Mars.
Mars?
Yeah, 4
Oh.
Mars.
More 3 Darkseer, yeah.
Yep. I have,
The lane's going well for Sven though.
Yep.
Got a decent amount of last hits.
right.
The last game, he did pretty well on the sniper too. I guess he was against that.
Yep. Uh-oh, this ain't good. Oh! Whew. Less than 70 HP.
Alright,
Still falling! 40! 10! Oh my god!
Not dead.
That
Alright.
is as low as a man is legally allowed to be.
It's a game of survivals.
That is Pasky going back home, breathing heavy, sweat through his shirt. That is like, oh man, that's a nail biter if you're Darkseer. But not a nail biter for Heatwave, it is a dead biter for him.
Alright.
Stuck a little long. Again, still no bulwark. You could definitely do, I think, you could definitely do a 4 Mars. At the end of the day, if you have something to do in the arenas, and I think this team does, then all you really need is a Blink Dagger just to set them up. So, this is certainly a decent team to do this little experiment on. And I'm not talking crap because I've done it myself. Well, I haven't done it myself, I've had Ocelot do it, and we've done it to great success. But you gotta get that bulwark up, especially if you're gonna be right-clicking like this in lane. You know, the God's Rebuke, that ain't what you do here, brother. That might be what the Tortellini guide says to level up, but this is not the time to be doing that.
Yeah. Value pump would have been better. 2-1-1 at least.
Really what I would do here, if I'm with Darkseer, I would go all in on it, and I would just be up in Sven's face constantly with the Darkseer crap on me. Goodbye, Crafty Potato. Centaur, gonna be stampeding right into the grave. He's at least starting off with a hood, though he's also picking up Ring of Regen.
Starting to see the effects of Maledict.
Yeah, for sure.
100% what the ring's going for here. Asa forgot that spot of hood. So there you go.
He's rushing that pipe.
He's rushing hood at least. So, most threes in the LD2L are really big on the hood, but very few are based in pipe pilled. London
Doesn't
see
Zero
the
is.
pipe?
Yeah. I mean, he's going for pipe, yeah. A lot
What
of
a Century
people.
Ward, see it?
Max actually thinks about TPing up there, but actually ultimately cancels, decides to stay.
Yep.
As his boys just kind of hang out behind the tower. I think they realized some way Puck was there. Maybe he
Yeah, they
stepped
had a
over
sentry.
vision.
Dyer's middle
They had,
tower
they had,
is under
they had a
attack.
sentry. I don't think they necessarily had vision of him over the sentry though. They didn't have an observer on top of it, for example.
They had a sentry closer to their tower, and they DD warded it after.
Could be, yeah.
So they saw it.
That we could have potentially like invised here or something. If he did that, that would have been caught quickly. That or they just saw him pick up the invis, knew he would, guessed he would be coming top, which is definitely not a bad guess in respect. A lot of potential answers to that question.
Oh,
And
that
Centaur
Centaur's
Warrunner,
dead.
Centaur Warrunner is dead. I thought that was the last tick of Maledict. It was not.
There you go.
It was last tick of Maledict minus one. Centaur Warrunner definitely, yep, getting that is gonna do him some good. We'll let him survive a lot of the Earth Spirit nonsense here, just a lot of magic damage. Getting the hood will help him do some good, help him stay alive in this lane. Which is definitely something he needs to do. You know,
Puck TP'd bottom.
Yep.
Oh, there's a wyvern, never mind. Same color.
Wyvern. Puck TP to the enemy T1.
Oh yeah. I need some sleep, it seems.
Been killed.
Maybe.
Yeah, happens to the best of them.
Not to me.
This also happens
Climb
to
in
the
that
best
tree.
of them. He's dead. Yep.
He is entitled to a rematch, though. Wiz TPing in. This is a really good TP. Something can come out of this. Wyvern's just going to get beaten to death by her evil twin. Puck has arrived.
Yeah.
They're looking a little willing to go deep.
Keeper might be in trouble
Oh
here,
no,
yeah.
Max! Max wants nothing to do with it! Max washed his hands of it, brother! Was that Max
Sure
this
did.
time? Was
Somebody-
that Max?
somebody
It
washed
was
their hands.
Willow! Oh, Willow was the one who, that is like
Hey,
the
we can
worst.
cancel TPs on 2 books.
Yeah,
so-
that was like the worst possible person to cancel the TB there. Maybe they got stunned? Hard to say.
Potentially.
Radiant's
I
I
bottom
hope
think
for Jay
he
Fitz
would have
to
died
say-
anyway, right?
Yep.
Well, if Willow had come in, was able to get a stun out in time, and actually hit people with it, Sven likely would have had the space to TP, because he was just sitting there in the trees TPing out. If Willow was there complicating things, could have at least distracted.
Radiant's
Put the
bottom
chance on the
tower
map at
is under
least.
attack.
Very unfortunate. You know, one thing to mention, that some of the folks at home might have forgotten, but the GGs are 2 people removed from the team 1984 that won the last season, won season 11. They're definitely used to working with each other. Definitely used to execution in situations like this. Oh, Centaur, Centaur, Centaur!
Radiant's middle tower is
No!
He's dead. Yeah. He was dead even if he went home.
Yeah.
So
Probably.
whatever.
Probably,
You
but
should buy
like, that's
raindrops.
You could. You could buy the drops. The hood's going to stop it from being a problem in either case. I mean, in fairness, he was dead there anyway because he just ate like 9/10 of a death ward. So,
Yeah.
raindrops or no drops, he's dead anyway, but
Yep.
would be the worst idea.
Radiant's bottom tower is under attack.
Wiz salivating. That had to be hard to watch. Like, just 3 minutes he has the best
Oh, boy.
cast in the world, and then the creep wave shows.
But you said
Yep.
so is Davi though.
Radiant structures are
Yeah.
fortified. Radiant's middle tower is under attack.
Wizard, the witch doctor, Wiz doctor. Just kind of chased out of lane here. If he stays, he's dead. But Max actually going back to mid. Huh.
Radiant's middle tower is under
Viper seems like he's a little lost in this game. Like he's not really sure where he should be at any given time.
Bit of just disjointment in
attack. Is under attack.
the plays for each other and 2 puck maybe.
Yeah. Well, no, not hard to see why. They do definitely have
You're
a
cursed.
team they're not used to.
The
Oh,
lead
Sven
cursor.
though. Sven unfortunately stuns the wrong target, and now he gets to fight Mars. This is a good Wyvern
Yep, he's
stop
fine.
of that.
That's why Wyvern. It's like even besides the obvious reason why Wyvern is good against Mars, that will happen to you as
Yeah.
well.
Dire's structures are
Never somebody you want to see. Never somebody you want to see as Mars.
Mars has nothing to do in arena to a target who's put in the Wyvern popsicle.
Yep. Well,
You need like a
That-
leaner or something to be there.
that would have been a really good spear, but unfortunately the trio wasn't home for it, and now he gets to die.
Yeah, it went right between the trees too. Unlucky.
Yep. By the way, buddy, just one level, bro. You need it? You so
maybe-
need it.
Maybe he knows it's gonna get broken, so why level it? Maybe thinking ahead.
It's like Viper Spit. He's not gonna hold you in there. They don't have anything to really do that right now. Just log up, bro. Get your bulwark. It's gonna make me cry. This is like watching all those Tide Hunters laying in with armor breakers and not leveling Gush. Like, please.
A prize.
I know it's not what Tortellini says. Here's your golden piece of LD2L advice. Don't listen to Tortellini. Tortellini was my roommate in college, and his guides are clickbait. He told me that himself.
There you go.
Don't ask me what college.
He definitely needs to get at least a value point.
They try really
Oh,
hard
that's a nice
to,
curse.
Yeah, that is. They
Wrong
try
target, though.
really hard. Sven, no, buddy, that doesn't work.
It doesn't make sure they're stunned out of the curse if he
Well,
times
they
it like that.
yeah,
But
they
yeah.
weren't though.
For the
It was still
range.
too early.
Sure, it was too early. But I see what he's going for at least.
Tower is under attack.
I'm starting to get a little worried, Decode. I hope. I'm getting worried, brother. Don't make me sweat like this. Don't make me say something like, I don't know if Decode knows how the skill works. I hope you do. I have confidence that you do. Please do.
You should also just be maxing it, right? I don't know why he's maxing. Like, they're all magic damage, and he's maxing Warcry for it.
Yeah, it's a little
Yeah.
weird. That's what the guide tells you to do, so.
Oh, does it?
Yep. Guide tells you to max clear first and then Warcry.
God damn it, Tortellini, you're at it again.
You could have stopped it.
Yeah.
He was your roommate.
Yeah, what do you want me to do, Danny? Assassinate him? That's your job!
Tell him,
I don't
dude.
play sniper.
Communication, man. Just go to him and be like,
He's
dude,
not-
you should max your Q on Sven.
He's not still in my phone book, and besides, it's not
Oh.
something you should necessarily do every game, so, you know,
Oh,
I'd be
alright,
wrong.
true.
I mean, I think it's really a fool's errand to make as level guy for
Oh.
Sven anyway. I think, like, Sven is one of the most, like, pause ones are usually pretty tight with how they level. Like, it's usually don't have much variety to have you level a pause one hero, but Sven's probably, like, in first place overall for it. Like, you should probably be leveling up Sven a different way most games. Or at the very least, there should be like 2 or 3 ways to level Sven in your repertoire that you cycle through based on your need.
Yep.
But I would usually just roll based on what I need. This is a nasty arena. This has made such a mess of this fight, and a
really
great
good
Witch
meta
Doctor
there.
roll too. Goodbye. Triple
Oh,
kill
man,
for the wizard.
Triple kill for wizard.
That is what you
Warning.
want to see as your Witch Doctor. That has got to feel good. Centaur Warrunner stuck around. Looking for London. Looking for London. They did such a good job in not
Not
letting
gonna find
him
London.
get...
Is under attack.
But he's still going back. Oh my god, he blink dodged the
They have a
return!
curse. They have a winner's curse, but not
They
gonna
just
get it
can't
in
find
time.
him! This is such a crazy fight!
Is under attack.
Yeah,
Oh
it
my
is.
god, London
He's
lived!
alive. He's alive, yeah. Witch
He
Doctor had 4
lived.
kills in that fight.
He
Got a functional
lived!
ultra.
He lived! London did not die for that. Oh my god. No
Witch
wonder.
Doctor had
Waiting by
ultra.
him.
No wonder. He really wanted to see this game up. He's gonna be very happy. Though Tennelson might be a little less happy to see this one go live.
Yeah.
Goodbye. Does high five Willow before he dies though?
At least there's that. Keep
Yeah,
the
it's something.
PMA
It's a silver
attitude.
lining. Yeah. You know what they say? Keep it PMA, keep it FMJ.
Radiant's top tower is under
Is that what they say?
Something like that.
Why is Viper running?
It's a good question, isn't it? Sven is just going to get
Oh my
totaled here.
god, Witch Doctor again.
If that Viper was on my team, I'd be mad right now. Yeah, that was this one.
Radiant's bottom
Well, if the Viper was on your team, you would be Viper, so...
Yeah.
That's true, yeah. Good.
So what you're really saying is, if I was a Viper, I would simply not run.
Right.
I think they had a good chance getting the puck too, because he had just used his silence and his
Instead, he's
orb.
going to do that. Don't think Max is traditionally a mid player, so you're really starting to see that here. I don't think
We'll
anybody
put
on
him to
Tupac
slack.
is actually a mid by default. Like, I don't think they have anybody who mains
are
two.
scanning.
I think even if you're not a mid though, you should not be leaving your core
Radiant's
alone to
middle
die,
tower is
Right.
under attack.
or you're carrying.
Oh my god.
Yeah, I get what you're saying. Like, you should join that fight for sure.
Yeah. Probably just feels rather lost
Radiant's
playing
bottom
Viper.
tower is under attack.
Let's see, does it have that here? No, it doesn't, but likely just feeling lost in this game in general. He's playing out of his usual position on a hero that he probably doesn't play all that much. You know, oh, okay, you can see it on the HUD, yeah. Hero he does not play all that
Radiant's
much,
middle
like, this
tower
is just
is under
not
attack.
the most ideal situation if you're Max, like, especially against a team of this caliber. I can definitely tell why he would be making sort of snap judgments like that just kind of are questionable calls, because, like, I mean, I've been in that exact same position before, playing off my
Good goal.
position with guys I don't like to play with. You know, it's definitely a sympathetic thing for me.
Yeah.
This is a good,
They're less control than they'd hoped.
yeah. They got Sven in the middle of that. Sven just absolutely did not care. Just, try me, big man.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
You know, there was a, back when
Is this
the...
Puck guy? No.
Yep.
Oh,
It was a
Nice
very
curse.
good winner.
Yeah, Chris. Yep. On London.
Oh,
he's
good
dead.
timing with the Willow Stone as well. It ultimately didn't matter, but I just really like
Oh,
that.
Tommy.
That's a super good... That's a super good Maledict, dude. This is a fallen Witch Doctor ult. Wizard is just making fools of these guys this game. This sucks.
Oh, and Witch Doctor game, dude. Solidifying my my all-star vote for him right here.
Solidifying everybody's all-star vote for him. Wasn't even close, I don't think.
Dire's middle tower.
Yeah, US Danny, did you vote in the all-star vote this year?
I did not. Unfortunately.
Oh, you should have. You should have voted for yourself.
Oh. I didn't know it was a thing, to be honest.
Yeah, Randy and I both voted, and it turned out we voted more or less identically. Well, sort of, because I didn't realize it was like a 2-vote per category thing. So I actually only voted once for every bracket.
Oh. Does it count as twice?
Yeah, it's there's like 2 winners for every pause and all that.
Oh, okay. That makes sense.
And
We'll be testing
X3,
that probably.
X3, the you know, he ended up with the most improved this season, so that was pretty cool. That was pretty cool. And yeah, we will be casting the All-Star game on the 20th, so look forward to that.
Oh, has it happened?
It's happening on the 20th. You understand how time works, right?
There you go.
I know we're doing a game that happened a while back. It's not like the
Radiant's
20th
bottom
of December or
tower is under
something.
attack.
There was a when that big freeze happened in Texas last year, right?
Dire's top tower is under attack.
There was somebody in another Discord
Dire's
server
structures are
who,
fortified.
when they were talking about like all the plumbing getting messed up, because like the pipes in Texas are just not meant for that. Nobody built for a winter like this because it has literally never happened here. But there's some folks in another Discord server, and one of them, seeing the damage to the pipes, said, "If I was a pipe, I would simply not freeze." And that is like one of the most surreal things I've ever read in a Discord server to this day. Not particularly pertinent to this game, but goodbye, Sven.
Oh man.
Took a lot to make him go down. A whole anecdote.
It's a real
is,
feels bad, man.
yeah.
Ulting before you die.
Took a whole anecdote, but the deed was done. And then he got tipped. Ouch.
Wizards beyond godlike on a pause 5.
Yeah.
I taught him that.
You taught Wizard how to go beyond godlike on Pause 5? You're a big Pause 5 player? Who's your main Pause 5?
Regeneration.
Probably Jakiro.
Jakiro? Yeah.
Yeah.
Friend of the show, Bajiji, is a big Jakiro fan, so shout outs to Bajiji.
There you
Or a
go.
Lich. I like a Lich.
I believe Lich once had somebody's money.
Back in the days.
Yeah.
Simpler times.
But unfortunately, they got
Radiant's
knocked out of the
middle
tournament,
tower
so.
is under attack.
I was predicting that
Knocked
there
over
was.
tournament by the GGs, yes.
I was predicting that there was going to be a Lich Better Have My Money and Baby Schlark matchup in Week 7, but this is not how it broke down. Which is a shame, because I know Kid Dynamite really wanted to get his hands on you.
On me?
Yeah, brother, on you.
I paid him yesterday.
You paid him yesterday?
I played against him.
Oh,
On an
played him!
So,
Okay. I thought you were the one who owed him. He's like coming to shatter your kneecaps in the mid lane and collecting his investment. Maybe I need to get my ears cleaned out.
Under attack.
When are you gonna join in?
No, it's the way I speak. I think it's hard to understand. Sometimes.
Let's just say it's Randy's fault and leave it at that.
Yeah.
Because really, if you think about it, he's the one to blame here. Randy, you're a doctor, right?
Yeah, I'm a doctor.
As the doctor of Dota, what do you think the play is for Sven here? What do you think what's the magic item? What do you do?
Good question, for sure. Go next.
Your prescription is full
And
heap
there
of
is no
dosing. Go
next,
next.
but yeah,
Tower is
just
under attack.
Yeah.
get out of this.
Yeah,
one,
there
dude.
is no next. There, you must go this.
If I'm a Sven
what's the
and the
prescription,
enemy team has a Witch Doctor that's beyond godlike, I'm just like, okay, whatever.
Why did this happen to me?
Yeah, that's the prescription.
I think this Sven's still really strong with ult. As long as he
That's
has
true.
his BK, once he finishes his BKB. Like, I
Right.
feel like you could
Yep.
just kill anyone, really.
They don't really have a lot of defensive items. They got the Graze on the Dark Seer, which is good. Oh no, that's gonna be bad.
What's happening mid?
Shivas. Man, just push. Got a coil in here though.
White arena.
Yeah, big arena.
Oh my god, they're all dead.
Oh, ho, 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 ho.
Got me with a triple
Oh god, this is a nightmare.
Radiant's middle tower.
Everybody on
for the-
Chupak goes
Yeah,
down in
equal
seconds.
It's a shame. They really need to wait for the Sven BKB.
Viper dieback. Oh, this is a good fear bomb though. But what does it matter when the Radiance burns Viper to death anyway? 5, 6 die, including dieback.
Oh,
They do get the
double
puck
puck.
though. Puck is a value target right now, but
Under attack.
you're gonna have to get a little bit more than that for 6 guys,
Radiant's
unfortunately.
middle tower has fallen.
Yeah.
The Sven needs to kill this Witch Doctor and get that bounty.
Yeah, that's true. That's actually,
I can start the path to this being winnable, perhaps.
Yeah. I don't think this is out of the question for Tupac at this point. Especially since, let's just call a spade a spade. They are really not respecting the Sven pick, they're not respecting the Sven play. Poor Decode, a Season 11 All-Star, is just not getting the respect perhaps owed to him. Rip Puck's Courier.
He has
I-
good
I-
lane. Really good lane. It's a shame that his the plays after just kind of fell apart.
It just hit me that yeah, Darkseer tried to snake the camp out from under him, but he ended up with all of it. It hits me that the GGs picked Puck against Tupac, looking for a morale advantage here perhaps.
Maybe that's why they did it.
Yeah, there's I feel like overall and through the season, there's been more heroes picked against the team they're named after than
Radiant's
on the
top
team they're
tower
named
is
after.
under attack.
I think the only team that ran their namesake hero with any amount of regularity would have been the, I believe, Willow Twisted
Maybe
Fantasy.
Starker?
Yep.
Did you not see Respect the Pouch Slark?
Like
Yeah,
one or
that's
two games.
Radiant's top
I
tower
saw a lot of Respect the Pouch Life Stealer. Like a whole lot of that.
There you go. Wanna be human?
It's curse, but no team.
Radiant's top tower has fallen.
Oh, Puck's so low there.
Oh, he found him!
Ooh, that super sucks. That's heartbreaking. I gotta say, I think there might have been a morale break on Tupac, cause like, look at what everybody else was doing when that 5-star winter curse was out. Like,
They're just AFK.
Willow's just hanging out in the jungle for no reason. Centaur's just didn't spawn. In fairness, I think he did literally just respawn there. Viper was just like pushing a wave casually. I think Tupac is kind of checked out of this one.
Bottom tower is
Unfortunately,
Yeah,
I think the
they-
last fight just completely. I think they were already low, but I think the last fight just completely.
Yeah, he has
shattered them. This is
BKB, right?
big. Big bad Sven here, but they're just kiting him so well.
under attack.
Even with the spider legs, you just can't catch anything. He's found Puck though! But oh, the Earth Spirit just combo stunning him the second the BKB's down. That's it, baby. This is looking over. This is looking all over with the crying.
What a shame. It seemed winnable if they played it a little better.
Radiant's middle tower
Right.
is under attack. Dire's bottom tower is under attack.
Like even up to the end.
What
Like,
did Viper just hold?
when that cursed
Oh, Darkseer. That was a great curse on the Mighty Midget there. Great curse from him, but nobody was home for that. I think they just kind of checked out.
yeah, like if they had
Wait
that
for it.
after that curse, like Sven had the VKB already, so like if they just kill the puck and then it's a 4v5, I think they have a high chance of coming back.
And if you look at what the Earth Spirit has, not only does he not really have that much damage, he's holding onto a Nether Shell. Like if Sven actually gets to have a meeting of the minds with Earth Spirit, it's not going to be a very nice encounter. Picks up the Ags. It could change things a bit. Puck finishes a Deso
Radiant are scanning.
as
There
the
you go.
GGs go right into Roche.
Illusion.
Roche is no longer allowed to speak. Roche has now been denied of his constitutional rights. Now, how messed up
that's
is
dumb.
that? Says a lot about the uh-oh. Man,
Oh,
this is
no.
not what you want to happen as the Laverne. Oh, Sven! Sven just got annihilated, brother! I wish I could
damage
see
from the Wood
the-
Doctor.
Yep. I wish I could see the breakdown on damage there. It would be fascinating.
Oh
Ooh,
my
switcheroo.
god,
He's
Wizard got
nothing,
another
one down.
triple.
What's Wizard at now? Oh.
Wizard is just playing with these guys.
And Tupac calls the GG. This is an
Yeah,
interesting
that's
time to do it for sure.
They're done,
They're-
dude.
Yep, they're just tapping out. This is
They
a
were
straight
waiting.
tap.
Witch Doctor was too strong.
Yeah, they actually, Witch Doctor really walked all over him here.
Got evaporated there.
It's unfortunate because I think they did have good tools to deal with Witch Doctor. It's just that the pieces never really seemed to come together for them. And so with that, Tupac matches the fate of their namesake. It's a very morbid thing to say, isn't
There
it?
you go. Yeah. Sad for a puck.
19 and 1. Holy damn.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, 19 and 1 on the Witch Doctor, 8-1-17 on the Earth Spirit, 20 assists on Puck, 18 on Mars, 21 on the Darkseer, 37-9 game. This is not the way Tupac perhaps wanted in, especially not without their captain, not without Tallballz here. That could not have made the morale
The
could not have made
Colonies,
life
yeah.
any better.
That's the missing piece they were missing.
So one thing for sure here, Vanguard, super not the way to go. Here's a fun fact for you. Here's a weird interaction thing. The Witch Doctor ult and the Shadow Shaman wards are specifically accepted from damage block. So if Witch Doctor ults, Vanguard is not going to do anything to you besides the reach in. So Vanguard here was like super not the way to go, unfortunately. Like, really needed to go all in on pipe, and that just did not happen for him.
He didn't even finish the pipe. He just
Nope.
went Vanguard.
He
Oh,
went.
that's
He
a little
finished
weird.
Hood, then went Vanguard.
That's really weird because they don't even have that much right click.
Yeah, our Spirit
anything
has
like
no
that.
right click, or never built right click. London got the Deso literally last minute. Mars no right click. Darkseer no right click. The only physical damage they have is the Witch Doctor ult, and like I said, that has a special rule. It goes through damage block. It does not care. It only interacts with armor. A couple of other things in the game do that as well, but that's probably the most notable one. So that might have been why he went the Vanguard there. If it is, I can definitely see it, because in the past I would definitely just be like, oh, Witch Doctor, huh? I know what I'm picking up, but that doesn't actually work, unfortunately.
Yep.
I
And
mean,
now,
it makes sense because it only does like 20 damage or something like that, right?
right. So now we're going to have the breakdown, the post.
Two
The
puck
postseason.
memorial.
Yep. I think actually we're going to have the Baby Schlark memorial, because I don't know. Did we do one for Baby Schlark for the playoff game? I don't think we
Really?
did.
I don't know. I don't remember.
I don't think my
Yeah,
heart can take it.
I'll have to look at the footage. If we did, I have no recollection of what I said about you, unfortunately, because that's what I was specifically trying to think. Because it's like, I know at least what I would have said about Pouch. No, I
Yeah.
remember because I think
I'm pretty sure we
bonus
did.
I think bonus was pissed off at what I said
Oh,
about him, so I
nice.
think we did.
Oh, was
So
he?
I think
What'd you
so.
say?
He definitely like he has heat. I don't remember. I don't remember.
Okay, okay.
I'll have to look at the
Maybe I'll look.
footage.
Yeah, maybe
Yeah,
I'll look
yeah.
for it.
You look
Something.
at the footage and then you flame me if I said something nasty about you.
It's okay. I can take. I've been called everything.
But legitimately zero recollection. So that shows you what I remember. What would I say? All right, let's pretend we're doing the Baby
Did you
Schlark
do,
Memorial. What would I
you
say?
didn't do any for these teams?
Yeah, gonna do it. Well, I did the GGs on their playoff game.
Oh, okay, okay.
Let's run down Tupac while I'm trying to recollect. Tupac, I think, unfortunately for them, was just. It's going to be very hard to do a memorial for Tupac because I don't think anybody ever kind of had the game that they could have in this season. Basically, like just something went wrong with this team. Like one of those intangible factors, something just really went wrong here. Like I don't think these guys are like a bunch of shitpost tier players, you know? They're not like bad guys. They've had prior like very strong experiences. You know, Decode, one of the top MMRs in the league. He was an all-star last season, right? Like Decode is a very, very good pause 1 player. And definitely started out the season strong. Maybe he had a morale bust, hard to say. But you just never really saw the game where Decode got so scary he turned things around. I mean, Puck got in total 2 victories through this season, you know, so.
Oh,
2 victories, both of them against Team Spirit, I believe, as well.
Yeah.
The
Nico definitely had like at least in these two games he had like some good like you know there was like a functioning brain going on behind the plays he was making and stuff like that.
right, he was there, he was alive. It's just autopilot, perhaps, would be the way I would put, especially game 2 for him. But yeah, I think maybe Decode had a morale bust at some point of this season. It's hard to say. It just never really felt like in the first few games he was like he could be very very scary. But I feel like maybe the fangs sort of came off for him. They just kind of broke off at some point. Tallballz, who is not here today. I'm not going to be covering you, J Fitz. Sorry to say. Tallballz, who's not here today. Well, let's just call a spade a spade. Tallballz is not a mid player, not by any stretch. Um, Second lowest MMR on the team as well. He had all the recipes for a mid that just would not go well for him, but he actually did have a pretty good start. I do think Tallballz, there is some room for Tallballz to grow at mid. I do think he gets mid. He definitely needs to play some mid in an environment that is not even as high stakes as this for a while though before he gives it another shot, I think. And I would be, unfortunately, a little surprised if another team would be gregarious enough to give him the opportunity to do that in Season
Yeah.
13 or so on and so forth, at least until he turns it around. I do think people do overthink MMR for mid in the LD2L sometimes. I do think people put a little too much thought into, well, the top MMR guy has to be mid, you know, because if you actually look at the actual performance of the teams overall, you know, the winner was there, the runner-up was there, but if you look at the other teams that made it, that went that long, a lot of them you did have more of an equitable spread. You know, often the 2 was the top MMR, but not by much, and then like a lot of the rest of the top 8 teams, top MMR was somebody else. Top MMR on Lich was Dogtown. Top MMR on, I think you're the top MMR on Baby Schlark, so that will be another exception, but I think that's the only one in the lower 4.
Isn't it bonus? At least now it is.
Maybe now. Yeah, I have I have the stats on hand of the MMR chart of everybody before the season started, so yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe bonuses higher now. Hard to say. Either way, I do feel like I think people overthink MMR in general in this league. I just don't feel like there's that much of a difference between like a 1K and 3K anyway, to be blunt, but,
I think
you know.
I think you're right. Like if you're 2K, at least for if you're 2K or 3K, it doesn't really make a
Right.
huge difference. I think. I feel like
Right.
the games I play now and the games I played when I was like Legend or something, they're not too much different.
Right.
But, yeah.
Still have the
Yeah,
same problems.
if you look at like Dota buff games, you can definitely see a lot of trends. Kind of, it seems to be that the real breakout point is around the 4K level. Like once you're there, then like probably every K matters. I would say pretty heavily, but like I would certainly say when the cap is like what is it like 3.5 I think when the cap is 3.5 I don't think MMR should be that much of your priority, frankly. So I don't think it's necessarily going to be fair for Tallballz to be excluded, especially considering, come on, it's the Learn Dota 2 League, right? If you're going to be going to mid, having a bit of a disaster season, but taking something out of it, this would be the place to do it, right? Better here than TI. That's what I always say.
Yeah.
So, yeah, Tallballz definitely. I think there's something there. I think more practice. Definitely, I would say practice it in pubs for a while though before you give it another shot. I feel like the basics are not quite connecting sometimes. So moving on. Crafty Potato. Like Ramonolo, Crafty Potato, you kind of got pigeonholed a lot this season, but unfortunately, unlike Ramonolo, when it came to playing the more traditional threes, getting out of the just strict initiator role, I feel like things kind of didn't go your way. The best thing I could tell you is, I said it earlier. Like plenty of times, and I'll definitely say it again here, right? Throw away that Tortellini guide. All right, if you're three, builds don't work. Basically, ever. There's like 5 or 6 heroes that work in Pods 3 where I would say if you build the same skill build every match, if you build the same items every match, you're going to do all right. Like especially if you're a very skill not like a high skill cap. I mean, if you're based on casting, like if you're like in a Baden and that's how you're tanking, right? You're tanking with shield and all that, and your ult. Then you can have a fairly samey build most games and do fairly well because your items are not going to be the engine driving you so much. They're going to be what helps you make something of your ability to tank. But if you're somebody like the Centaur Warrunner, those items are super, super, super important. Um, if you're based around either a passive or your stats to be tanky, then you are all about itemization. And your skill build as well to a very large degree, but your itemization is super core. I think more season threes, right? Most season threes would have just completely shirked the Vanguard, gone all in on pipe here, because look at that lineup, right? I think
Yep.
I think there's actually a decent chance if the support line wasn't going to build glimmers or wasn't going to be able to use them effectively, it's not that much shame in building one yourself on 3 in a scenario like this. Like that could have come in handy for you, especially things of that nature, right? Itemization, name of the game. Skill builds, name of the game. The thing I would tell you ultimately is walk away from that guide. Work on the theory. Do not work on the guide. But then the last guy I told to work on his theory quit the league, so maybe
Yeah, that's true.
maybe that's not Anyway, Max, what can I say about you, Max? You didn't show us much. Which is tough. It's not very nice to say, but
He's
yeah,
not part of this team, is he? Or he is?
I believe he is. Yeah, I believe he
Oh,
is
okay.
actually the regular four. Randy, could you actually check real quick and make sure I'm not losing my
I
sight,
think
losing
he
my
is.
mind?
But pretty sure he is.
Pretty sure. Okay.
I think 99%. Yeah.
Yep, Max, he didn't show us much this season. I just don't think he had a star performance. I don't think he had a star game. I don't know how much of it is his fault. I mean, he often had to survive in a world kind of collapsing around him. All I can say is show us something more next season. Try to be a little bit more assertive, I think is the biggest thing in your gameplay. We definitely saw a lot of it here. In playing mid, it certainly came out. Things go wrong, and the first thing that happens is you try to get into a defensive position or like TP out or something like that. Be a little bit more assertive. There's a fine line between bravery and stupidity, but there's also a fine line between caution, right, and and cowardice, as much as I hate to say it. You know, not to say that like you're just like, oh, shout outs to my dogs, I guess. Not. It sounds like a personal attack. It's not what I'm really saying, but the important thing is just try to find a line where
Where what?
sorry, the dogs. You're just gonna have to deal with the dogs. They won't listen to me right now. So I'll just try to make it brief. Yeah, being a bit more assertive, being a bit more courageous in how you're acting and how you're going out there, I think would do you a lot of good. Finally, Mighty Midget, you showed us some good stuff near the end. I think you're starting to pick up on it. A little bit of a slow start this season, but I think later on, like the later things got, the more we saw out of you, which is definitely good. Definitely good. If you're going to have a slow season, followed up with a big season, definitely looking forward to seeing how you do in 13. And yeah, that's it. That's the ball game. Anybody got anything to say about it?
I think the Mighty Midget played at least the curses and all that stuff. They were really good this game from
Right.
our eyes. I don't know
Definitely,
if they usually
definitely have that
face,
Wyvern.
support or not.
Definitely
I
have
think
that
it's
Wyvern in your
pretty
back pocket. He is traditionally their 5. And yeah, that's it. That's the ball game. So, anything to say about the team or anybody on it before we go?
I mean,
Danny?
For Tupac,
Yeah.
not much. No, I think Decode and Mighty Midget they play pretty well, and the others need to work on their just team play. I think because I feel like they just
Yeah.
didn't play together a lot.
Yeah, that definitely is notable here. They just, as a unit, didn't go too great. Though, I guess at this point, it's almost a moot point because they ain't going to be playing with this team no more. So, you know how it
Mhm.
goes.
But you can still apply these things in your other teams.
If you, or somebody you know, wants to learn Dota 2 at a casual or more competitive level, go to ld2l.gg. In-house season is going crazy right now. It is all over the place. We are flying left and right, and there's not very strict, stringent standards on those in-houses. So if you got an open Dota buff, you want in, just absolutely check that out. Season 13 signups not too long from now, so look forward to that. And Discord server, hang out, get some tips, talk to us, meet US Danny. He never talks in there, but you can meet US Danny.
I think you can also just meet people in general and have like people to queue with, and so that's actually
Yeah.
pretty good for that.
All kinds of fun. And today we have a very unique sponsor actually. It's sponsor actually very closely tied to the LD2L, right? This week's sponsor, it's not this week because it's today, but this week's sponsor is actually a brand new business. It's Esper's Frozen Energy Drinks.
oh, okay.
If you love the cool, refreshing taste of Monster Energy Drink, if you love the cool, refreshing taste of Red Bull, or if you're one of those weirdos who likes Four Loko, especially original Four Loko, then come on down to Esper's Frozen Energy Drink, where you can have all the almost flavor with as a refreshing, delectable summer treat. It's just a shame it's the middle of February, but it's a good start, right?
It's easier to freeze them, right?
Exactly. You just leave them outside for a while, and there you go. And if you want them heated up, Esper will personally pour that bad boy out into a saucepan and serve it up to you real nice. So,
there you go.
yeah. Esper's Frozen Energy Drinks. I tried one myself, and I couldn't sleep for 3 days. How about you, Randy? Have you ever tried a frozen energy drink?
Yeah. Just the other day, actually.
Do you prefer to get
Great.
yours in a bowl or on a stick?
On a stick, maybe.
Yeah, you're a stick type. How about you, US Danny? How do you like your frozen energy drinks?
I used to only drink energy drinks as liquid, but ever since I've tasted Esper's energy drinks frozen, I just can't go back. I like eating them like a snow cone.
Like a snow
They're-
cone? Yeah, that's
really
a
good.
classic. One thing that they'll do if you ask is if you order it like a snow cone, you can actually get a different energy drink poured on top of it to double down on the weird chemically taste. So you can you can get original Four Loko and douse it with some new Four Loko as like some snow cone syrup, and then you can eat that and get a heart attack.
I did
Free!
not know they could do that. I would have to try it out.
Absolutely. So, Esper's Frozen Energy Drinks, friend of the show. I'll be looking forward to that check, Esper. And I'll be looking forward to seeing you for the final game of Week 7 next time. The Radiant Straits versus Baby Schlark. Your team, yes, Danny?
I hope we win.
I hope you win too. I mean, you already know whether you won or not, but
I don't remember.
You don't remember, bro? You played
No.
that match. See you
Oh,
then.
okay. Oh, it was playoffs. All right, I remember now.
No, it wasn't playoffs. That was.
Okay,
It was the
Week
last
before
week before playoffs.
okay.
Who did you do playoffs? I think. Did you have? Who was it on playoffs? Randy, quick.
I
You played
don't
Manoy's
remember.
team.
It was- yeah. Might have been backdoor, yeah.
Yeah, I think you were 8th overall. All right. Well, see you next time, everybody.
Goodbye.